Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, St. Catherine women charged after allegedly stealing $800,000 from chest of drawers. 3 women have been charged after allegedly prying off a door to steal several $100,000. The 3 charged with housebreaking, larceny, and a conspiracy are 66-year-old Yvette Johnstone, 48-year-old Zodia Randat, and the 35-year-old Shari Johnstone, all of an Independence City St. Catherine address. Reports from the Duhaney Park Police are that about 11 a.m. last Thursday, a woman securely locked her bedroom and left her helper to oversee the premises while she was away. The accused women allegedly went to the premises and demanded the keys to the woman's bedroom. When their demands were unmet, they used a wrench to pry the door from its hinges, entered the room, and stole $800,000 Jamaican dollars from the woman's chest of drawers. They reportedly made their escape in a waiting motor car. A report was made to the police, and the women were arrested and later charged. Their court dates are being finalized. Security guard remanded in custody on robbery-related charges. A security guard accused of facilitating a late-night warehouse robbery was remanded in custody after appearing in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday. R. Livingston faces charges of warehouse breaking, larceny, and receiving stolen property. According to the prosecution, Livingston was on duty at a business premises when a vehicle was permitted entry around 11 p.m. The occupants of the vehicle allegedly proceeded to steal items from the warehouse. The court heard that CCTV footage reportedly showed Livingston on duty at the time of the theft, and he was therefore taken into custody. Attempting to secure bail for the accused, his attorney argued that another female guard on duty had been the one to grant access to the alleged thieves while Livingston was performing other duties. The attorney also argued that the CCTV footage was blurry. Noting that they were aware of the other security guard in question, the prosecution said she could not be located. Despite this, presiding senior parish judge Sanchez Burrell expressed a concern about the timing of Livingston's defense, as he had previously remained tight-lipped with police, only offering no comment response to repeated questioning. Judge Burrell queried why he would not have used the first opportunity to defend himself from the accusations. Further evidence later emerged in court, showing additional security footage from the gate, which allegedly depicted Livingston opening the gate to let the robbers inside. Judge Burrell refused to hear a bail application in that court session, and the accused was therefore remanded in custody. Jamaican goods entering U.S. face a 10% tariff. Exports from Jamaica to the United States will now attract a 10% tariff, as U.S. President Donald Trump on Wednesday imposed the charges on imports to the North American country from countries around the world. The White House listed the tariff on Jamaica as reciprocal in response to a 10% tariff Jamaica imposes on goods imported into the island from the U.S. Caribbean neighbors Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, and the St. Kitts and Nevis, among others, have also been slapped with a 10% tariff. Speaking in the White House Rose Garden against a backdrop of U.S. flags, Trump slapped the most stinging tariffs on China and the European Union on what he called Liberation Day. For decades, our country has been looted, pillaged, raped, and plundered by nations near and far, both friends and foe alike, Trump said. Trump reserved some of the heaviest blows for what he called the nations that treat us badly, including 34% on goods from superpower rival China, 20% on key ally, the European Union, and 24% on Japan. But the 78-year-old Republican, who held up a chart with a list of levies, said that he was very kind and so was only imposing half the amount that those countries taxed the U.S. exports. For the rest, Trump said he would impose a baseline tariff of 10%, including Britain. An audience of cabinet members as well as workers in hard hats from industries including steel, oil and gas, whooped and cheered as Trump said the tariffs would make America wealthy again. "This is Liberation Day," Trump said, adding that it would forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day Americans' destiny was reclaimed. Sweeping other tariffs of 25% that Trump announced last week are also due to take effect at 12:01 a.m. Thursday. PNP's Price reiterates accusations of water contamination in Kingston. Remanded Price, the People's National Party standard bearer in St. Catherine East Central, is describing the contamination level in the water being consumed in Kingston as a public health issue and an environmental and a community crisis following a February 2025 KSAMC water report. The findings are deeply troubling and demand urgent attention. According to the report, the coliform positivity rate in Kingston's urban distribution network exceeded acceptable standards, indicating the presence of harmful bacteria in the water being consumed by thousands, Price said. Pesticide, animal waste from livestock operations, herbicide runoff, and the soil erosion were cited as the main contributors to the contamination, which Price described as the clear signs of environmental mismanagement. The water that flows from our taps should not be a risk to life. Yet the government and the National Water Commission have remained vague and evasive, offering technical language and no real accountability, he contended. However, the NWC has strongly rejected the allegations, stating that its water supply is continuously monitored and tested in accordance with Ministry of Health and Wellness guidelines and international standards set by the World Health Organization. Price questioned, where are the clear answers? Where is the public notification? Where is the urgency? What has been the duration of exposure, especially important with respect to our children and the elderly? He described the PNP's Jesse James Clark, who previously commented on the issue, as brave. The Standard Bureau, citing his experience as an environmental consultant, pointed to the long-term effects of water contamination on public health, on ecosystems, and on national productivity. Price is calling on the government to release a full disaggregated water safety data to the public, outline a comprehensive plan to address contamination at the source, and engage communities in transparent dialogue. Our people deserve clean water. They deserve answers, and they deserve leaders who will speak the truth and speak the truth consistently, he stressed. SSP Powell departs as the St. Ann top cop. Rowan Elliott takes over. After serving 4 years and 3 months as head of the St. Ann Police, Senior Superintendent Dwight Powell has been transferred from the division. He is to take up duties at the Office of the Police Commissioner as Acting Assistant Commissioner for Administration. Acting Superintendent Rowan Elliott assumed the duties as the Divisional Commander for St. Ann on Wednesday. In addressing a farewell ceremony in Runaway Bay, St. Ann on Monday night, Powell welcomed his successor to the parish. He described Elliott as his good friend, noting that they were both of a quiet nature. But don't take quiet people for softism. Quiet people are not softies. What they say, silent river does what, runs deep. So Mr. Elliott is not a softie, maybe more coarser than me, Powell told the audience. The St. Ann Community Safety and the Security Branch, in a tribute to Powell on its Facebook page, described him as a leader who has redefined excellence in policing. The parish's CSSB team noted too that Powell's tenure was marked by dedication, strategic vision, and an unwavering commitment to community safety and professional development. Under his leadership, St. Ann has seen stronger operational strategies, improved community engagement, and a motivated team of officers ready to uphold the highest standards of service, the St. Ann CSSB said. His impact extends beyond the policies and the procedures. He has shaped a culture of accountability, discipline, and mentorship, leaving behind a team that is stronger, wiser, and ready to continue the mission, it further stated. Meanwhile, the St. Ann CSSB welcomed Elliott in his new role as Divisional Commander for the parish. With a proven track record of dedication, professionalism, and strategic leadership, we are confident that he will continue to strengthen our efforts in maintaining law and order while fostering a culture of excellence, the CSSB stated. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.